Hello and welcome to this video where we're going to graph a piecewise function, determine its domain and range, and then find any intercepts it may have. First thing we want to do is take a look here. This is going to tell us where we need to break up our coordinate plane. So we're going to go to x equals -3, and we're going to draw a few dashed lines here, just to kind of show, hey, this is one of the dividing spots. And then we're going to go to 1 and do the same thing right there. Cool. So we've done that. Now we can think about what goes where. So we don't have any instructions for anything smaller than -3. So on this part of the graph, there's nothing. It's empty. In the middle section, we're going to go with 2 minus x. And then on the right section, we're going with the square root of x. Oop, let me move that. There we go. In fact, actually, I'm going to need the ruler, so I'll leave it out. All right, so let's graph 2 minus x in this middle section. Now, what I'm going to recommend we do here is that we kind of do things in pencil and we erase what we don't need. So for example, let's see here, 2 minus x, that's going to be starting at 2 on the y-axis, and then we're going to go up 1 over 1 in the negative direction, so there and there. Get my ruler, line her up. There we go, right about there. All right, perfect, cool. So there's that. Next, I need to graph the square root of x, and I'm going to do this in red. So the square root of x, that's going to look something like this right here. So it has a point at 0, 0, a point at 1, 1, and then it has a point at 4, 2, and then 3, or 9, 3, I should say. 9, 3, right, nope, right there. All right, I'm going to try drawing it. Perfect. All right, so we have it in pencil, but now what we want to do is we want to erase parts that we don't want. I kind of already stopped a little bit with the blue one. I kind of did that in the bounds, so I'm just going to have to erase a bit of the red one right there. All right, then I'll bring this back together. Cool. In fact, actually, let's now go over the whole thing and let's do it in green marker so we can see what this graph looks like. So let's make it actually a little bit thicker. All right, it's not going to be perfect, but it gets the job done just fine. And there we go. The green line is our graph. Now that we have that, we can talk about the domain and range. So let's go domain. The domain is all the x values, and that goes no further to the left than -3. So we're going to say x has to be greater than or equal to -3 for our domain. Our range, we want to take a look at what's going on here. This one's going to be interesting. So we're looking at the y values, and we definitely have sort of some bounds here and here. And so we're going to take a look at that window. Actually, though, we got to remember, the square root of x, like this one will go on forever. So even though it looks like we're bounded here, I'm going to actually take that away. We're not bounded there. But we definitely have a low point right here. So y is going to be greater than or equal to +1. And then for the intercepts, there are none. Like this thing is not or actually, I take that back. It touches the y-axis at 0, 2, but there's no x-intercepts. And so there we go. That's our problem. We graphed it, we found the domain and range, and any intercepts.